This is my turn, I don't need to show it. I just know it cause it's not that hard to notice. Everyone knows me, no questions to ask. You can see it in the nods of the heads as I would pass. Some know me as Eric, as Barbara's son. But most of them they see me as a layabout. But they don't get it when I see it, I sketch it. They tell me I get a job around the good to no one. I like it over here, you see your life go by. Say face the same, place the same, room at the same time. Day after day I see it with my own eyes. As I'm watching every system, my imagination flies.
Day by day the time goes by. Nobody cares but we all still die. The same what they do all the time. Going mad and I losing my mind. And mama said that I'm feeling sad. She don't care cause my neighborhood's bad. Why can't we all just make a change? They look at me like if I'm strange.
I live off the one-way system, down my road. It's the quietest street, all the doors are closed. But it's the other side of the opposite estate, where people jump around and make sound early. All they sing is a house of pain. They don't do nothing in their lives, it's still the same.
Get up, stand up, go for your hands up. When you get the feeling, jump across the ceiling.
I see hoodies to house, walking on the street, they want money for drugs. They don't want it to eat. I see groups of 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Could be maybe less, possibly if more. Kids walking school, getting up to trouble. Robbing the yard before they've even gone stubble. Lost respect for all the generational reasons to live. Got pennies from the pension, walking canes, the extension, tight grip for protection. Master the skills, the journey, trolley navigation, and they've got every right for the righteous in the nation. We're with a band and a big shame in our nation. Time check, coming next, so the suit and the booted. Working 9 to 5 and the heartsman is rooted. Briefcase in one hand, coffee in the other. Before they go to work, grab a kiss from the mother or other. Their dreams deep undercover. I'm meant to aspire to this uniform life and no other.
Day by day the time goes by. Nobody cares but we all still die. The same what they do all the time. Going mad and I losing my mind. Mama said that I'm feeling sad. She don't care cause my neighborhood's bad. Why can't we all just make a change? They look at me like if I'm strange.
Some people say you got to do what's right. Running like a hamster on a wheel every day of your life. Every day and every night, same thing, head down, don't change. I don't think that's right. There are other possibilities, the words just had your head an alternate reality. A place you can see anything you want to see. Use your imagination, build your own fantasy.
This time we'll all walk around. This time we'll all walk around. This time we'll all walk around, break it down. This time we'll all walk around. This time we'll all walk around. This time we'll all walk around, break it down. Day by day the time goes by. Nobody cares but we all still die. The same what they do all the time. Going mad and I losing my mind. Mama said that I'm feeling sad. She don't care cause my neighborhood's bad. Why can't we all just make a change? They look at me like if I'm strange.
But there are others like others, the one they call Sara. Always walking past with a scat wrapped round her. Living in a head, she's to mission and mission. Fighting the cause, I fill with their ambition. I paper every day at my door from Nayim. The oldest paper boy in this town, it would seem. He's a keen from what I've seen to know the truth. In my opinion, super by Helen's feeling his condition. Suspicion, either the scientist geek. There's something that she does that doesn't make her go weak. I know she can scream when she wants because it's hidden. There's something that she does that makes her dreams forbidden. What is the reason? Is she a bama bank robber, drug dealer? Exploding chemistry, experiments, legal prescription on medicines? There's more to this girl than just a regular pedestrian.
Day by day the time goes by. Nobody cares but we all still die. The same what they do all the time. Going mad and I losing my mind. And mama said that I'm feeling sad. She don't care cause my neighborhood's bad. Why can't we all just make a change? They look at me like if I'm strange.
I like it round here, see your life go by and say face the same, place the same, room at the same time. Day after day I see it with my own eyes. As I'm watching every system, my imagination flies to a world I control, my alternate reality. Place you can see anything you want to see. The flow where my mind has activity. Use your imagination, build your own fantasy. Enough on my mind, get back to reality. I've shown you the people of my locality. Dreaming and sketching how I spend my days. But what happened today, I'm completely amazed. Today was different. Today I got to meet other people I watch across from the street. Sara, Nayim, evil got revealed. The fantasies from a sketchbook became real. He's new on here, only been here a few months. but it hasn't taken him long to fit in with the rest. Well, sort of, you know? His own rhythm, his own ways the same, day after day. He'll be back with a newspaper in a minute, 3-1, MEN, just wait. She's late, waiting for a mate. Strange, she's never late.
What did you say, Crew?
Oh, shame, that's the first time I've heard him speak.
Gosh, I'm sorry. Just, it's been a...
Game on.
just don't need this. Excuse me? Nyanga? These words. I feel like all I should be is dripping off this page. Need to taste it, catch it, savor it. Whatever I've drunk before has left me empty, but this burns my tongue and feeds my soul. Some connection is strong, but something's wrong. I mean, I was in the know a few seconds ago. I'd forgotten my forgotten parents, forgotten home. But these words are bleaching me black. This sing-song dialect is washing me back to a land unknown, and yet always known. Lost, now found. Memories, dreams colliding unplanned. It's all in the words, but I don't understand. These words written for me. Language of my family. Secret pages of my history dusted off and released by this poetry. It's like it found me, yearning to rekindle Gore's memories, whetting my appetite for identity. These words that I'd forgotten how to speak. Language of lost parents on these British streets that are, and that have been, home for me. These words, torn, and yet a bridge to my heritage, a translation, a carriage, taking my soul back to that land unknown. Yeah. Evil. Pick up. Pick up.
I'm sick of it. Everything always ends up in bits. No matter how hard I try and work for it. Sitting here, stuck on the estate of lost souls and no goals. And people who have forgotten how to love on the dole. The government's forgotten that my people are still here. There's no opportunity, no success, no hopes, just fears and tears from being pushed down all these years. positivity being snuffed out by plastic bags and beers. No motivation. Aspiration, where are you meant to find it when you're part of a long forgotten nation? Frustration builds and grows and sits deep. PlayStation zapping energy, making the strong man weak. On every landing and every corner, all I see are the same grey, empty shadows of people who are tired of feeling lame and being blamed. And I try and break the cycle. I'm the girl with the big dreams. But it seems that wherever I look, people are laughing in their sleeves. Who does she think she is? She's a fool if she believes if she achieves on the education system, then money grows on trees. You should be able to be whoever you want to be and change direction and switch base and not end up like every other mother, father, brother in this place. My dreams eclipse me. I can't grow and guide them. It seems like it's much easier if I just hide them. These souls bleed poverty and I'm up to my knees. I can't move, but never will I be like those who have chosen to give in and open lazy hands to money and close them to anyone trying to help them up. That's not me. I'd fly if I could, not high like those drug dealers, depreciating my streets just free. Not sure where, but far from these clones and drones of monotony. Collectively, they think they're so strong. The worlds are confined. They're so predictable. Their actions are tattooed on the lids of my eyes. They don't realize that they're forging their own demise. And each time I'm kept confined, they're forging mine.
Are you all right? Sorry, it's just...
What do you think you're doing? Do you know me? Invading my thoughts. Whatever happened to privacy? Seems like I can't even indulge in a verbal diary. Clearly, you weren't listening to my words. Just some coward listening to things that shouldn't be heard. If you were listening, you would have known not to come and speak to me.
Home is where my heart is. I am a foreigner far away. To them, it means I'm heartless. Those born in the UK are whole milk, but I am skimmed milk. I'm milking the taxpayer, they say. Am I not human? Have I not eyes? Have I not got hands? Senses? Dimensions? Affections and passions? If they beat me, will I not bleed? If they shoot me, will I not die? The abuses I face make me feel like a prodigal son. But I like him. I cannot go back home. I've spent my kindness, smiles. My pipe burst from from the pressure. And they accept my anger. They use it as an excuse to beat me below the belt.
Asylum. Are you crazy? Asylum seeker. Do you think our country can cure your sickness?
I ran away from persecution. Stereotypes had me jogging. See, I'm longing to settle in and create a comfort zone. Create a comfort zone in the middle of thorns.
These words, not written for me, but in the language of my family, secret pages of my history dusted off and released by this poetry. Why they found me now, I don't know. They've laid low, using my third eye as a spy hole, waiting till the time is right. And now burn my tongue and feed my soul. And I want to know. Some connection is strong. A deep-rooted tunnel to a past unknown. And yet always known. Lost, now found. Memories, dreams, colliding unplanned. And it's all in the words, and I now understand. I'm touching their land, and it's touching me through words cased in sentiment. I've cemented them through these torn words. Translation complete.
Every artist gets inspiration. The streets are my muse. Whether it's celebrating life or spitting struggling blues. Timing is everything. When you've got something to prove. When you think the world's not listening, time to express your views. I'm hidden undercover, I'm studying the moves. Find my art in the live, see it trigger the fuse. Release my flow like Lola. Tea time, lush, don't know that I use it for my visual flavours. Tagging up the streets, see my work coming to life. My only vision away from the struggle and strife. Necessary outlet to keep my sanity right. Expressing myself, concrete convince sight. Everything I put down, there's no mistake. My vision's on brick walls of the state of the estates. Vibrant colours flowing, my license to give and take. Characters forming, brought to life by spray paints. In greener pastures, light is dark. If you put down roots in this concrete, you grow in prison. My mission's to promote a flower season. Some say my plant is best for decorating cemeteries. But why should I bury what I found when I dug to the lowest point? My seed germinated between concrete buildings, but the walls are closing in, denying me light. My thoughtless flower needs to reach the sky, so it can shower the earth with its beauty. Restrictions constantly deprive my wilting leaf. Tears from this country's unfair system. Every day. When will I be granted the water to quench my thirst? I thought I was misunderstood, but have I found a connection? Is this poem about me? It's like my life inspection. Concrete choking the tree. Have I found a connection? Is this poem about me? Have I found my redemption?
don't choose to associate with Jews. Do what we do, get shown up on news. Man got shot but you be slightly confused. In your case, blood, I smoke you like juice. Blow you like fuse, rude boy, get undone like screws. Ripped out like roots, messed up, you're confused. You'll be the next victim on BBC News. Boy, for sure you'll get slew. Drink up like I am blue. You spray words that don't even tag you. I've seen you, you Billy no miss ain't you. I've seen more talent while watching cartoons. You're a goon till you realise for yourself. Killer teeth ain't no good for your health. My flow's above me, so fasten your seatbelt. What? You ain't nothing. Check my crew, yeah, check my crew, get me. Spend your life sketching, wasting your days. There's more interesting ways to get paid. Why when I'm dissing your stuff you look amazed? If you think you're talent man, you just been played. Run boy, tried to hide but they ain't no escape. You're living in the haze cause I went to stay. Make no mistake, I wouldn't class your way as fake. Cause that takes effort what you can't demonstrate. You're a waste of space, no one remembers your face. No one will notice you lost without a trace. You're trailing my pace. Your existence lets down the human race. The homeless have more taste than you ever will. Better still I bet. Get me, I'm like, enough of ya! Happy slap as my mobile phone films you. Captured on YouTube, your brain is missed you. You're slow dizzy, you don't even know who's who. You turn around making sounds like boo. I'll still rip you up with the old school. I'm the governor, 24-hour hustler. You think you're a gangster, step over there, yeah. I see your story unfold on a TV drama. I don't use gas, I don't need armor. Planting seeds without watch them grow like a farmer. Send you off the land ever up, I laugh harder. You're stuck in the playground with no concept of reality. I whoop your ass with a Mortal Kombat mentality, daydreaming mentality. Get me? I mean, nobody in this whole place can bring it to me or my crew. You get me? So stupid, they wouldn't pay you minimum salary. So think you look like you lost your sanity. As I look up and down, I don't see no quality. Graffiti ability, like a 3-year-old pitch shout, boo, boy face, ring a Bible, place a conflict. I was born straight, Northwest finest. I am U8. I stand up tall, black, you afraid. Left me basic like pain, get hand down the slum. You'll never be good enough to hang your working up. Just another cog to be blamed. Yeah!
Those in the wrong gather to be strong. If we act like a community, we'd stop all this hostility. But we stay stiff-necked with eyes kept on our own lives. But no one can survive alone, alone, alone.
My words translated and translated, complete and incomplete, yet still transported from one place to another. My reality, my state of my work. No, I don't need to see a psychiatrist. But this is food for the eyes and the soul. Visual nutrient. Beautiful. This is beautiful. You know, beautiful things in life are priceless. The verbal is visual, and the visual, verbal. This convention turns my poems into therapy, relieving the stress, the pressure, a little. Does not help me to stay, but it uplifts my spirit.
If you were told you had to leave your home in 1 hour and could only take one suitcase with you, what would you take? I mean, what would you leave behind? Not just the necessities, but the things that make you who you are. Imagine you had to leave a town, a country that was all you'd known, all you'd ever wanted to, a country whose culture you'd known and lived a full part of, the place where all your family, your friendship connections have been for generations and generations. How do you do it? I mean, could you do it? Well, of course. I mean, but I can't remember. I mean, I know as much as you do about that indistinct Africa we see portrayed in the media. I only know that their faces are more like mine than yours. Oh, and while the issues at stake and the national borders may be different, war still looks the same through a photo lens, which only even tells part of the story. I know my parents were educated people, and they couldn't bear to run from a country they loved and leave it in the hands of money-hungry bandits. But then, at the same time, they cared for the safety of their daughter. And so naturally, they carried me as far as they could until they could put me in the hands of an uncle who would make sure I was on the first flight to England. It all seems so different from the life I've lived here in Manchester, in England, in safe England, good England. My parents sent me here to take refuge in England, knowing that here, if nowhere else, a person can truly be free. But you know, they also said that to black Americans who were still slaves in 1850. I was lucky. But it doesn't ring true to me when this country's reputation, earned in part through history, is steeped in hypocrisy. They're more than happy to steamroll cultures in the name of democracy. And their borders are close to those displaced by the chaos that follow their attempts at authority. They've forgotten humanity. They've forgotten the history they taught me. I thought 2 wars were meant to end all wars forever. And I too have a dream about little black children and little white children. But not just children. I'm talking about freedom for the living. Equality, freedom of movement, solidarity. Not pity and relationships based on charity. No. Asylum rights are civil rights, are human rights. No person is illegal. I only hope that my street poet is one of the lucky ones.
It's kinda hard to write this letter. Gotta be a good messenger. Positivity or honesty. Don't know which one is better. Depressed when I look outside, all I see is crime. People trying to survive, but no money to get by. Am I supposed to write some good news? Gangs and guns, guns and gangs. Doesn't feel like this stuff is banned. No sources to write what they want me to. Where is the good news? 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 I dare to leave my home into the streets of Babel. They stare at me and they see that I'm an anomaly. Negative mentality, it's the epitome of crazy. This place needs some reality. Where is the good news? 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 Overdosed on pills like Neo chose to swallow. I'm in the know, but all they wanna hear is the good news. All they wanna hear is the good news. Where is the good news? 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 It's kinda hard to write this letter. Gotta be a good messenger. Positivity or honesty, don't know which is better. It's kinda hard to write this letter. Gotta be a good messenger. Positivity or honesty, don't know which is better. Where is the good news? Where is the good news?
Incoming, incoming, message received. Incoming, incoming, message received. Incoming, incoming, message received. Incoming, incoming, message received.
It was a normal day, like every day at school, and we was all playing as usual. When out of nowhere, this man dressed in black with a balaclava on appeared with a gun, and he was screaming and shouting. We all panicked and ran inside to get help. I didn't think the police would get there quickly, but I was really surprised on how fast the police actually came and arrested the man.
was 12, I've always heard that children are dying in Africa of disease and hunger. So I decided to start saving up my money. I saved and I saved. And finally I managed to save 100 pounds. I then donated it to children in Africa. And I made sure it was going to be used on them.
We can change a lot of things. We can change the way things are in many different ways. For example, me and a few people from my area were worried when the local trees and green spaces were going to be cut down. There were lots of letters and arguments with the local council and even the government, so we all wrote a letter to complain about this. After so many letters, arguments and discussions we finally stopped them from building the apartments and we saved the trees.
Dearie, no, I should say editor, shouldn't I? Where were you this morning? I waited for you and you weren't there.
I'm sorry. Things got a bit difficult.
Anything you want to talk about?
Not really. Just the same as usual.
Your dad?
And my brother and my mum.
They can't keep you off like that, you know. It's your education.
Yeah, but they don't see the point in it though, do they?
I saw your latest internet blog. Is that what this is?
Well, it started with that, but I can't blame my dad. I just wish that others would realise what I have to give up when I stay home and look after him. It's not like they do anything special with their day. I could do the shopping later. I guess it's my mum's only lifeline to the outside world, though. Gets her out of this madhouse.
I know what you mean. I've had a weird one too, you know. It's been why I've been trying to call you.
Why? What happened?
Well...
Are you all right?
Sort of. It's about my parents. You know, my real ones. It's just... Look, I don't even know how to say it. It's too much to get into here. We'll probably meet up and we'll talk about it later.
You always do that.
Do what?
Clam up whenever you're going to let me in and know the real Sarah.
What are you on about?
How long do we have to be friends before you let me in?
Gosh.
We've been friends for 6 years and I've never seen you cry. And don't say you don't, because I know that you do, and I know what about.
Look, yeah. If I told you, you wouldn't understand anyway. I mean, if you did, you wouldn't have to ask. I wouldn't have to tell you.
You don't have to be so perfect. We all have pain, but it helps to share. Or are you just selfish like the rest of them? I want to know other people's business, but when it comes to sharing your own, you're either scared or proud or arrogant to think that anyone could even help you. Sarah. Sarah. Sarah, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean it.
You know, beautiful things in life are priceless. They only cost emotions expressed, relieving the stress. My poems are my form of diary. The negative exit. Empty realities filled with dreams with each new entry. Well, this noise is relevant. The verbal is visual, and the visual, verbal. Artistic symbols reflect through the dirt, creating textures deeper than paint. I'm starting to cherish how my days go harmonious. When faced with a problem, I take my time and breathe. No bite. It's time for me to write.
I think your poems are beautiful. I found your poem earlier. I translated it. I stuck it on the wall. It took me all day. I even skipped classes at college. I haven't used our language in a while. But you do. You write beautifully.
Thank you.
Thank you. Look, do you wanna go grab a coffee or something?
Why?
Just to get to know you, just to talk. I think it'd be good for us both. You know, well, kind of anyway. I think you're the only one that could understand what I'm going through right now. Look, there's a cafe just there. I'm buying. Thank you.
Now you've taken the knockdown. What you do with your time? No more hiding, no more crying. Down to the bottom line. Step up into the light and fight for your right. Cause this could be maybe possibly your very last night. Be confident in whatever you do and be brave, be whoever you want to be. Remember you're no slave to that system. Are you amazed at what I say? You got to say what you want to say in your own way. I'll stick my pages back together and continue my story. Blaze my trail from here on in life and then in glory. Won't waste energy on losers like that. I'm gonna store it, cause whatever they say, I'm gonna try to ignore it. What's this? Another message from the mystery poet. I'm not the only anonymous one here, and they show it. He's flowing from his pen to my spray can now glowing through my canvas, and I'll let the world know it.
It's Eric, right?
He wants to know. Oh, it's you.
I'm sorry about what happened before. Going crazy and freaking out and stuff. I didn't think anyone could hear me.
I know what you mean. How long have you been here?
Not long. I just got here. Honest. Are you alright?
What? Yeah, of course. What do you mean? Why wouldn't I be?
It's just, I saw what happened before with those lads and that, and I just wanted to check if you're alright. You know, with your book.
What?
Just...
How long have you been here?
Not long, I've just...
Have you been watching me?
No, I've not been watching you. I've just today. I was just looking out my window and I've seen you around and sketching and stuff, but I never noticed until I saw what they did and what you did. I mean, what you can do.
What?
Your artwork.
You're not supposed to see that. No one is. It's just, it's nothing.
It is. It's amazing.
Right.
Can I see your sketchbook?
No. I mean, it's private, you know. I mean, I've never shown it to anyone before.
Please.
So tell me about you.
Well, me? Gosh. Well, my name's Sarah, as you know, and I've lived in the same house since I was 8. I go to college, and I collect scarves. I've got loads of them. I wear loads of scarves. I don't know. I don't know where to start.
What makes you happy?
Friends, college, coffee. I don't know.
What makes you afraid?
Afraid?
You know, what are you afraid of?
Seriously? Well, it's a bit weird. Okay, there's 2 things. One, that I might have to go back to my parents' country in a year's time. A place I've not even seen since I was 7. A culture I know nothing about. A place where I know no one. I mean...
And the second thing?
That I might never go back. Never see the land that made my parents who they are. Where? Do you think that's weird?
No. And you know more than you think you know about your parents and their culture.
Thanks.
So tell me about your scarf.
My scarf?
You say that you have loads of them.
Yeah.
And that you always wear them. You said they all have stories, so tell me about this one.
Well, my mum gave it to me. Or rather, she wrapped me in it. She wrapped me in it before we left.
I too know the story of your scarf. I've lived it.
I've heard you before, you know, letting off steam and that. I've seen you. But you normally go somewhere else, don't you? Down by the railway and that.
What do you mean? How do you know that?
I've seen you. I watch people. That's what I do.
And that's because you're weird.
I'm not, it's just...
It's funny, you know, how we've been watching each other without each other knowing. Almost like guardian angels or something.
What?
You know what I mean?
Now who's weird?
No, I mean it. It's like you were there when something bad happened to me, and I was looking when something bad happened to you, and...
Sort of, I suppose.
Where's the sketch for this?
There isn't one.
But the sketches for your other ones, this one's one of your best. Why not this one?
It's not mine.
I saw you do it.
Not just mine. I found this poem on the wall, and I don't know, just made sense. So whoever wrote it, it's theirs as much as mine.
So I guess it's yours.
Sarah, I'm really, really sorry.
It's alright, whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Who's this?
What?
This is Nayim. He wrote this poem and lots more. His work is beautiful.
Yeah, but who is he though? When did you meet him? Have you just been alone with him then?
Yeah.
But,
How long have you even known him?
so,
You did this. My words and pictures.
you wrote the poem?
Eric, show me your sketchbook.
What?
They deserve to see it. They are part of it.
So what now? I mean, now that's just seen the sketchbook. What now? I knew I shouldn't have shown you. You think I'm way as bad as the rest of them.
Eric? It is Eric, right?
What?
Your work. It's amazing.
It's great.
I told you.
So what now?
Well, we're connected, right? I mean, thanks to your sketchbook. So we stick together.
But what does that mean?
It means that we've all got our battles, but we stand next to each other and fight them together.
It means you're not alone.
It means none of us are.
That means you have to change your artwork.
Then you'll have to give me a new poem.
The end to this negative tunnel is near. The light's getting closer with each day's pass. The sunlight is my defense mechanism. It enables the photosynthesis rhythm. I'm still searching for a fertile place to plant my roots in this concrete climate, but my soil has been cleaned. I finally sense what true friendship could bring. With peace of mind, I can climb to the top. Without a rope, my plant grows. I am. You are. We are the seeds holding hope.
I was longing for a key to me, and I unlocked a locked door inside of me, revealing a pathway of hope and discovery. Like a dead leg brought to life again, I can walk again, I can talk again. These words were to me like the Pied Piper, and I followed them till I could decipher the code to the past at last. Unified in battle, with friends friends at my side, I know I can tackle anything with pride.
Singing out in chorus, there's something out there for us. We know we're not alone. There's battles to face before we truly go. Sing out, speak out, forget words that were spoken. Singing out in chorus, something out there for us. We gotta stand up, shout out, potential awoken. I'm chained to my dreams. I know I'm not alone, but I still need time for my soul, though. Singing out in chorus, there's something out there for us. We know we're not alone, but I still need time for my solo. Singing out in chorus, there's something out there for us. We know we're not alone, but there's battles to face before we truly grow. I never thought that this would have happened to me. Locked in my imagination mentality, surrounded by many works of graffiti. Never thought I had a place in this reality, but now I see the truth in this world. Different places, different mirrors, facing different times. Now I take the time to look between the lines of perspective I used to define. I find a new mate, ain't no I and T. No longer looking for behind the scenes, no longer living my life as a daydream. Two red patches in my stage, same as Steve. I do believe I'm the same as you, yes I am indeed. What's the point of living? There's nothing to believe but newfound inspiration, newfound direction. I've gone from isolation to a whole new foundation. Singing out in chorus, there's something out there for us. We know we're not alone, but there's battles to face before we truly grow. Singing out in chorus, there's something out there for us. We know we're not alone, but there's battles to face before we truly grow. Singing out in chorus, there's something out there for us. We know we're not alone, but there's battles to face before we truly grow. Singing out in chorus, there's something out there for us. We know we're not alone in these battles we'll face before we're full grown.
I would like to say a big thank you to all these people because if it weren't for these, we wouldn't have had the show. And I'd like to say a big thank you to you for coming. First person is Jade F, who's been here last year and helped with the music and everything. So would you like to come forward? Second person is Madeline, who's a contemporary in African street dance. Would you like to come forward if you're out here? Anywhere? Not here? I'd like to say a big thank you to Yaz, who's helped with the whole thing, and she really has helped us really far getting home and stuff like that. So big round of applause for her. I'd like to say a big thank you to Lawrence, who's helped us backstage, and also we can get mad nowadays, but he's really nice, and if he's out here, would you like to come out because you've really helped us? Who's that? Yeah. Who's that? Taz. I'd like to say a big thanks to Taz, who's at the back. I know you might not be able to come out, but if you can, who's helped with all the mics and everything else, and with all the lineups. A big thanks to Richard, who's digital arts, who wouldn't have had all the digital at the back with someone's drawings. So a big round of applause. I know as well. I'd like to say a big thank you to Jerry, who's the street dancer. I'd like to say a big thanks to Amy, if you're out here, and Paul, and Jackie for helping us with all our costumes. So, if you're about Jackie, and everyone else. Who's that? And I would like to say thank you to Mina and Layla for doing the drama and helping backstage as well. And a big thank you to Joe and Rosalind. That's it. Come down. Come on, Rosalind. And one of the biggest out of them all is Chris, who's come all the way from a wedding to come and do this last performance with us. Now, to everyone that's been here, most of these have been here from last year, and I'd like to say a big thank you, and I think Carlos would, and thank you to you for coming in and watching us for our last performance.
If you don't choose to associate with crews, do what we do, get shown upon news. Man got shot cause he was slightly confused. In your case, blood, I'm smoking like Zeus, blow you like views. Boy, get undone like screws. Messed up, you're confused, you'll be the next victim on BBC News. Boy, for sure you'll get slew. Drink up like I am blue, you spray words that don't even tag to. I've seen you, you really know me, ain't you? I've seen more talent while watching cartoons. You're a goon till you realise for yourself yellow teeth ain't no good for your health. My flow's a bumpy ride, so fasten your seatbelt. Done in your life, sketching, wasting your days. There's more interesting ways to get paid. Why when I'm dissing the stuff you look amazed? If you think you got talent, man, you just been played. Run, boy, try to hide, but they ain't no escape. You're living in the haze, cause I want this to stay. Make no mistake, I wouldn't class your work as fake, cause that takes effort when you can't demonstrate. Get me, you ain't nothing. Nata. club as my mobile phone flipped you. Captured on YouTube, your brain is misused. You're so dizzy, you don't even know who's who. You turn around making sounds like boo-hoo. I'll still rip you.